I have decided to offload and build me a home lab that utilizes AI technologies. Now, if you've not learned about N8N, you got to get on it. You can connect everything together, all of the services, all of the hardware, the software, cloud technologies, on-premise technologies, and then set up automation tasks behind the scenes. When this happens, do this. I don't have to be doing stuff manually anymore. So we're going to show you essentially me configuring N8N on a great hosting provider called Hostinger. This is a cloud-based hosting provider, connecting it with N8N and then showing you how I'm connecting things together. Now, the nice thing about N8N is that it's completely for free. You can also host N8N directly with N8N and pay a fee. We're not doing that, but we'll be putting it onto a Hostinger host. Hopefully you love tech as much as I do. We release videos every single week and you want to make sure that you're staying up to date. You do the subscription button, do the bell. The bell's important because clicking on that lets me know firstly that you like the videos and the content that we are releasing, but also it helps me to then see that you are interested and that you're keeping track of what we are doing. Hey, you want to know more about all things technology? If you want to learn about stuff, there's a whole bunch of training courses that I have built on the Udemy platform on all things technology, Homelab stuff, cybersecurity, management, Windows Server, VMware, and I've got links down below where you can get some great deals, improve in your tech career. So go and check out some of those courses. All right, let's spend some time having a look at the Hostinger website. Now you can select right in here the actual server location. So where is the VPS going to be stored? We're selecting Malaysia and we're selecting Ubuntu as our operating system. So here's our main overview. You can see that it's running Ubuntu 24.04 and that it's on the KVM plan. I can then SSH to it using that IP address over there. So within here, I'm going to go and set up a couple of things to get my N8N ready to go. And that first will be a Docker container. It's a Docker space, a little container where I'm going to be installing N8N inside of that Docker. And then I'll also be setting up a Postgres database. I'll go through this quickly, but in the video description down the bottom, I've actually got each individual line that I've used to install what you see over here. So first things first is I want to update my server. Making sure that I've got the latest and greatest bits and pieces on my Ubuntu space. The next step is to install my Docker using this command right over here. Of course, I'm just doing a copy and paste because it's much easier. All right, so Docker's ready to go. I'm going to now log out and log back in. Then we start getting N8N ready to go. Docker's ready to go. Great, really, really happy. I'm now going to go and make my directory. I need to make a directory where I'm going to stick all of the stuff to get N8N up and running. We'll create my Docker compose file, and I'm going to now throw in a whole bunch of stuff right into here. Go and replace this with my IP address. This is going to be the IP address of my VPS that I set up. This is my time zone. If you're in a different time zone, you do your thing. And then also under the password section, I'm going to go and throw in a secure password that I'm going to use to make sure that, bad people can't get in. And then the next step is to now start my N8N. You should now be able to open up the browser on your computer and then navigate to the IP address, which is your Hostinger IP address. And then you should be able to hit your N8N portal and then log in. So here I am in our standard workflow on N8N. Now, I love my NAS, right? This is one of the things that I have used more than anything else. That's where I stick all of my data. That's where I stick all of my files. That's where I do all of this stuff, all the YouTubing, all of my work is all on there. So I need to make sure that my NAS is always running healthy. So wouldn't it be great if I could use N8N to give me a daily snapshot of all of the stuff that is important to me? Hey, you can do that really easily here on N8N. Before I go into that, I'm going to say that I have connected my cloud-based N8N to my on-premise servers and to my on-premise Homelab. And you can do that easily by doing a VPN, or you can use a service like what I've got over here. You can actually check out that video that I recorded some time ago on how to easily establish a connection to your home lab. Anyway, let's get into this right now. So this is my workflow. There's nothing here right now. And you can see here, it says when clicking execute workflow, doesn't do anything. I click on this, it doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna click on this plus over here. Now there's a few different options that I can actually pick from over here, including AI. We'll show you that in a little bit later. But let's say I want to establish a connection to my NAS. Now I've got myself a Synology NAS. First things first, I'm gonna type in here SSH. You'll see that there's an SSH workflow over here. Now, what do I want to do within here? I want to be able to interrogate SSH on my Synology NAS. I know that I have SSH enabled, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, look, I'm going to execute a command. That's essentially what I want to do on my N8N. I want to execute a command against my NAS. But look, first, SSH password account. I need to be able to establish a connection from N8N to my Synology NAS. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here. I'm going to say create new credentials right over here. Now it's going to ask me some details, right? My host. This is the IP address of my Synology NAS. Yours will be different. The port 22. That's great. That's SSH. And then the username and the password. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in right over here. By the way, what you can do is you can go over here to the left-hand side and you can see all the workflows that you've got. And I've got my credentials. I've already gone and done this ahead of time. I've got credentials into several things, including my OpenAI. We'll touch on that a little bit. But then I've also got my SSH password account. Now, this is my SSH password to my Synology NAS. It's in the credentials section. Back to my workflow. So I want to execute a command. We already talked about that. So let's go ahead and open that one up again. Now, the credentials that I'm going to use is the SSH password. Done. All right. Here's the command. I'm going to do a command or a file. I'm going to do a command and execute. All right. What's my command? What do I want to do over here? Well, I'm going to type in the word uptime. All right, done. There it is. Here's my output. Great. That means it's established the connection and it's shown me the uptime. I now want to know how much space is left on my NAS. Very important, right? Am I running out of space? Hey, I probably want to be told, don't I? The df-h is the command. Execute. There you go. Look at that. And there's the output. It gives me all the stuff, but it's not really in a really nice usable format. And I've got to go into here every single day and execute it manually to see this. But wouldn't it be great if I could actually use ChatGPT using OpenAI to give me the information that I actually need in a format that I actually need? So I've got a new command right over here. This is my big command. Okay, this is the command that I'm going to now execute against my Synology NAS. So what I want to know, what sort of type of NAS is it? How much space do I have left? When was it last rebooted? What is the speed of my network cards? Okay, I'm going to go and execute that. Now there we go. I've got a whole dump of stuff. I mean, is this even really relevant? Probably not. I want to go and make a little bit more sense here. So what I'm going to go do, I'm now going to go and get this talking to OpenAI. Same deal. I'm going to click on the plus over here. Now you see that there's a whole bunch of information. One of them being the AI. You can see that I can connect it to a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go and select OpenAI. Really, really cool. All right. Message a model. Okay. So first things first, I've already gone and set up the credentials to my OpenAI. All right. Firstly, you need to have an OpenAI account and you need to, of course, have some tokens. I've already established a connection from an API connection. So if you haven't done that, you need to go do that. And then once you've registered, you go and get the API. Okay, great. And then you establish the API connection. If you remember, I'll show you back over here. Of course, always save credentials. There's my OpenAI credential right over there. So that is my established connection between my N8N and my OpenAI. Great, that's done. I'm going to go and say resource is text. Well, look, ChatGPT can do a whole bunch of stuff, right? It can do image generations. It can do audio generations. That's really cool. But I'm going to pass it a text, some text, okay? And I'm going to message the model from, what am I going to do? There you go. Now, what model am I going to use? Well, there's a whole bunch available, okay? Which one are you going to use? You pick the one that's relevant for you. The one that I'm going to use is a 4.1 mini. That's the one that I've got. It's going to cost me not as much as some of the other ones, right? We're going to use this just for the purpose of this demo. The type, again, is going to be text, user. So wouldn't it be cool if I can actually use ChatGPT and I can input the output of all of that text and say, hey, ChatGPT, make this make a little bit more sense to me. Wouldn't that be cool? So here's what I've got. One prepared earlier, did a copy and paste. You are a Linux systems admin. Okay, great. I'm going to paste this command. Here's the command that I'm going to run. This is the one that gave me all that messy output. Didn't really make much sense to me. And then from the output, I only want the following. I want my NAS name. I want my make and model. I want the last reboot time. I want to know my load average. I want to know how much memory I've got and then give me an overall health. I want you to be concise and technical. Do not repeat raw data. Do not explain Linux concepts. All of that jazz. How did I get this prompt together? I asked ChatGPT to give me a good prompt that makes sense. Now here's the tricky bit. This is where now you're going to connect your bits together. So paste raw SSH output below. Paste output here. Okay. This is where I'm going to go paste the output that we put before. So here's the command. So what I want is I want the output from this command to be inputted into that command for ChatGPT to go and interpret and make it look nice, okay? Okay, now you're gonna notice that at the moment, nothing's connected. And this is the nice thing, check this out. Bam, done. Execute the command, now talks to my model. How cool is that? But it's not that easy. I go into my model right over here, I'm gonna expand this. And now in here, I want to paste in that command. How do I do that? Look at that on the left-hand side. Here's the input. Here's the export. I'm going to just go and grab that, paste it in there. Let's try it out. Execute. Okay, it's gone and exported it. It's done it. But it still doesn't make sense, does it? What I'm going to do, I want to now get this emailed to me automatically. Send me an email. Bam. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so next steps is I now want to get my email connected. Now there's a few things you can do over here. Now, if you are on the cloud and you're running this in the cloud like I am, you can just go straight into here and type in Gmail. Look at that, Gmail. Send a message. There it is. Now I've got to go create a credentials. Now I'm going to be using the OAuth over here. So I need to now establish a connection to my Gmail. Throw in all the details. Go into your Gmail account, do all the client ID stuff. If you don't want to do that, another option that you can follow is an SMTP, which is what I'm going to use. SMTP. Okay, great. Send operation, send. I set up my SMTP, right? I already got a connection established between my email and my N8N. I'm going to throw my from email, my to email. Subject line, Synology health check. All right, so I'm going to set the text and I'm going to say test email. All right, it's going to my email address right over here. Let's just try see if it works. Execute. The note down the bottom, node executed successfully. The email was sent from N8N. Hey, it works. Okay, let's now get it all talking to each other. Okay, so at the moment, my send email is not connected. Okay, so I'm clicking this. We now know the execute command is right over here. There it is. Fantastic. It's then been fed into ChatGPT. We now know that it exports the way that it should. Now, missing part, let's connect these two together. All right, so now it's going to go through this workflow. Let's go back into my email. But here's my commands, what I want to use. I'm happy with that. I'm now going to execute my step. Let's see what it looks like. Node executed successfully. That's a good sign. Do I have an email? Yes, I do. Let's drag it over. Look at that. Aguero NAS. Here's my make and model. Look at this. Fantastic. Shows me total 31 gig active 1.1 of memory. Wow, that's not very much. IP addresses. Here are my NICs. Look at that. These two are up. My 10 gigs. That's really good. And then my overall health. Look at this. Overall health. CPU is healthy. My load is healthy. My RAM is healthy. Storage is healthy. Multiple RAIDs. Everything looks good. Now, that's so simple. Now, that's the whole workflow. At the moment, I've got to trigger this manually. So if I execute this workflow, let's see what happens. Click on this. Look at that. It just did that. It's now doing the next one. It's going to ChatGPT, inputting that information, and now it's sending my emails. And it all should be working fine. But you want this to be happening automatically, right? Every single day I want something sent. So I'm going to click on that plus again. And I'm now going to say that I want this to be done automatically. I want to schedule the trigger. Okay. Days. Every day, one day. When do I want it done? Let's go. We want it done at 8 a.m. every morning. Execute step. Here it is. Okay, good. How do I get it connected? Check this out. Bam. Done. You've now seen the power of N8N. So what are some other workflows that I'm going to look at building? One thing that I'm going to try do is, hey, I've got some CCTV cameras at the front of my house. But you know what? It sends me alerts when there's like motion. That's really nice. It lets me know. But I want to know more than that. I want to know who's at my door. I want to know is what just walked past a person or a dog? Or was it just my trees blowing in the wind? I don't know. And I want the motion sensor alert that is sent to me automatically to now be sent to N8N. And then N8N will grab that snapshot. It then puts it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what is this? It'll tell me if it's an animal. If I've got all of my faces of all of my relatives, my friends in there, interpret that. Was this my friend? Was this my enemy? It'll then send me an alert to let me know exactly what it was. Like, it's amazing. Another great one is I've got a sprinkler system. It's a smart sprinkler system. It already knows some stuff. And it's got a little moisture detector and things like this. So that it knows to turn on and turn off automatically based on maybe if it's been raining. But sometimes it doesn't work. The sensor's not very good. But what if it's a really, really hot day as well? Or I know it's going to be a really, really hot day. Talk to my sprinkler system, N8N, do the thing, water my plants, get them ready to go so that they don't get burned to a crisp. Hey, as I said, subscribe, button, bell, all of that sort of stuff. Training courses on all things technology. If you want to know more and upskill in various technologies, love it if you go and check out some of those as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.